Russia escalated its attack across Ukraine during the week, asserting that it successfully struck military industrial facilities, critical energy infrastructure, and 8 settlements that had been captured by Ukrainian forces. Concurrently, Ukraine executed precise strikes against Russian positions in Crimea, targeting vital assets such as oil depot and radar stations. Russian air defense systems reportedly intercepted and downed over 1,300 Ukrainian drones, while the Black Sea Fleet managed to destroy 6 unmanned surface vessels, highlighting the intense drone warfare characterizing the conflict. Ukrainian forces reported engaging in 80 battles across 7 distinct fronts on Friday, underscoring the multi-front nature of the ongoing war and the continued reliance on drone operations by both sides. Before President Volodymyr Zelensky's meeting with Donald Trump at the White House, Russia launched a powerful Iskander missile strike on a major Ukrainian drone based near Kharkiv. Moscow claims this attack resulted in the destruction of over 60 Luti drones, several launchers, and numerous trucks, alongside the killing of approximately 30 Ukrainian troops. The timing of the strikes was particularly notable as it coincided with Zelensky's urgent appeal for U.S. Tomahawk missiles to significantly enhance Ukraine's long-range strike capabilities. During their meeting, Trump expressed reluctance regarding the request, stating his hope to end the war without thinking about Tomahawks. This cautious stance from Trump followed a conversation he had with Russian leader Volodymyr Putin, in which Putin reportedly warned that supplying such advanced weaponry would severely damage U.S.-Russia relations. Both the missile strike and Trump's hesitant response underscored the escalating tensions as Kyiv seeks more profound U.S. military support, while Washington appears to signal a potential shift toward diplomatic solutions. The European Parliament has indicated a pathway for Ukraine to join the European Union, even if parts of its territory remain under Russian occupation. Rapporteur Michael Galler cited historical precedents, such as the cases of West Germany and Cyprus, suggesting that transitional arrangement could be implemented to allow occupied areas to integrate into the EU at a later stage. Following a tense meeting at the White House, President Zelensky has emphasized the critical need for a ceasefire before any territorial negotiations could commence. In contrast, U.S. President Donald Trump bluntly called for both sides to cease hostilities on their current battle lines. These developments highlight the complex interplay between Ukraine's EU accession ambitions, ongoing territorial dispute, and high-stakes international diplomacy, all under intense global scrutiny. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz ignited further controversy by suggesting that Europe must prepare to defend itself again in the wake of what he described as a disappointing meeting between Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump. Merz conceded that the visit did not go as Zelensky had hoped and controversially remarked that the war could conclude if Ukraine simply surrendered, a statement that critics interpret as revealing Berlin's willingness to prolong the conflict under the guise of self-defense. With Trump explicitly refusing new weapons deliveries to Ukraine, Merz's aggressive rhetoric accentuated a growing transatlantic divide as Europe seemingly moves closer to direct confrontation while the United States appears to be stepping back from its previous assertive roles. Madeleine Rivera, formerly of Fox News, reported on former President Donald Trump's intensified push for peace between Russia and Ukraine, particularly after he reportedly declined President Volodymyr Zelensky's request for U.S. Tomahawk missiles. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky encountered an awkward moment during a joint appearance with Donald Trump when he was asked who had contributed more to fostering peace, Trump or Joe Biden. Zelensky's paused before responding that Trump has a big chance now to finish this war, adding that President Biden is not a president now. Trump quickly interjected, asserting his own extreme competence and labeling Biden as grossly incompetent, which drew laughter from those present. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba has tempered expectations of any significant breakthrough in the conflict following anticipated talk between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Volodymyr Putin. Speaking from Kyiv, Kuleba stressed that Putin's persistent unwillingness to engage in serious negotiations undermines any real hope for peace agreement, regardless of diplomatic appearance. He cautioned that as long as Putin believes a military victory is achievable, no genuine accord will be possible, irrespective of the frequency of discussions between Trump and Putin. Kuleba also reflected on Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's recent visit to Washington, noting the absence of announcements regarding new military or economic aid and underscoring the critical need for stronger international coordination, encompassing both military support and sanctions. On Saturday, October 18th, Ukraine's former Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba reiterated that a future meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Volodymyr Putin was unlikely to produce a breakthrough that would end the 3.5-year conflict. Kuleba emphasized that while Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's trip to Washington and his meeting with Trump on Friday, October 17th, was crucial for securing essential backing for Kyiv, the lack of fresh support announcements means more will be required to compel Russia to negotiate more seriously. He outlined that these steps should include a combination of diplomatic resolve, sustained economic pressure, and continued military support. Kuleba asserted that only through tightly coordinated sanctions, reinforced Ukrainian defensive capabilities, and high-level diplomatic engagement can Kyiv and its Western allies gradually corner Moscow into making the concession necessary for peace. President Donald Trump indicated his intention to discuss new capabilities that would enable Kyiv to strike deeper into Russia during a White House meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump signaled interest in Zelensky's proposal to trade Ukrainian drones for long-range Tomahawk missiles, though he noted that he had not yet made a definitive decisions on the matter. If you have made it this far, congratulations. You have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question, though. With Trump withholding Tomahawk missiles and Europe pushing Ukraine toward concessions, is the West abandoning Kyiv? Or is this a strategic pause, or just to buy time before a stronger counteroffensive? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.